Hello everyone, Kenny from great3d.com. Today I just wanted to put together a little video of the replacement case designed by Plastic Spider for the Mobius Action Cam. This replacement case is pretty cool. It actually gives you the option to tilt your lens upward with these lens mounts to give you the angles of a flat surface, 10 degrees, 15, or 20 degrees. So while you're flying your quad nose down, it levels out that camera for you and kind of does away with the need for a ramp. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to try to keep this video short. I sell these on my website, and as of today I got the hardware in, so no longer a pre-order. I'll be shipping these out right away. But what you want to do is you want to take out the two case screws from your existing Mobius. I have the type A lens here, which is the regular lens, but there's a type B and a type C lens as well. He designed this for the type B lens, which is the wide angle lens, and if you look at it, a wide angle lens would come out and have another lens protrusion here. And there's a picture of it on my website, the differences between the three lenses, but the case will work at the flat surface for just the A lens. So since that's what I had on hand, I wanted to do a quick video to show you guys how to put it together. So let's take out these existing screws in the case here. That's too difficult. And you can keep these or put them aside, it's up to you. Okay, so from there, after those two screws come off, the back has a little latch that catches, so you can just kind of pop that open, and the battery cables are going to be connected right inside here. So pop that off, and then you can pull that case off. Your battery's stuck on that side of the case there, and here is the inside of your Mobius. You have the lens and the SD card and SD port at the back here. So next step is going to be to release the lens, and I always use a flathead screwdriver at the back there to pop open that little port. Just be kind of delicate. These things aren't the toughest, but you can also use your finger if you're just really careful. So pop that open. There you go. And then the ribbon cable will pop out for the lens pretty easily once you do that. Just slide it out. Alright. Cool. Now all we have left is 3 screws on the board itself. There's 1, 2, 3 for those. So take those out and you can release the board. Do that really quick. Sorry. Okay. And from there you'll have your button panel here and the heat shrink, heat sink for the Mobius cam as well. These parts are going to stay and move over to the replacement case, as well as if you want the 3 small screws from your board. So go ahead and take these out, put them aside because you'll be needing them later. This has a little bit of sticky tape you might have to kind of peel off. And keep that to the side. And then it's up to you what you do with that. But the new replacement case comes with the hardware included inside the bag. So be careful because there are some tiny screws that you'll need for the replacement board that are in there as well. So there should be 6 total, I think is what I'm putting in there. Alright, so looks quite similar to the regular case. It's just going to be the color of your choice, and we're just going to reverse assemble as we did taking the case apart. So there's the same little groove pattern for the buttons to go back in, and place that in. Same recess made for the heat sink, so that'll go back in and kind of push tape back as well. Alright, and next we're going to put in the board, your board here. So it's best if you put the back first, because the USB port is going to slip into the recess that was printed out for that there. So you'll see it kind of fits down in there and then push straight down, and there you go. Alright, now from here you can either put in your screws that came out, your 3 board screws that came out from your last case, which would be 1, 2, and 3. I don't remember where the third one is now that I'm looking at it. Sorry. 1, 2. Huh. I didn't take the screw out. That's why. So I've got mine sitting here. I'm just going to go ahead and put that one back in. There we go. I was looking for a hole. Alright. And of the screws in the replacement case, one of these tiny little screws is going to be one of the more important things for you. It is going to go up into the corner here where you did not take a screw out before. This screw actually came from the outside of the Mobius case, has some screws in it, and it helps keep that button panel flush. So you want to take that replacement screw that we give you and put it up in the top corner there. I find it's a little bit hard to get this screw in there, so I just use a pair of needle nose pliers and place it in where it goes, and then tighten in myself with the screwdriver. Just makes it a little bit easier. If you want to fiddle with it, you can. Okay, remember, don't over tighten. You just go into the plastic, you just need it just past finger tight. There. Alright, now the option that I gave is I threw another screw in, because if you don't want to use the existing screws into the replacement case, then you can use this replacement screw. And the reason I did that is because I don't know if the camera's going to be able to focus on it. The existing screws are very, very fine threaded, and these are not so much. These are a little bit more coarse threaded and will do a lot better in the plastic. So I would recommend putting these on each corner of the case. Oops. Never goes so easy. Alright, well, you get the point. I'll put mine in later. But here comes the next part, and the replacement lens holders here come in the 4 different sizes that I said. They're all identified with a series of dots in the bottom of them. So you can see there's 3 dots in this one. 1, 2, 3. You'll have 2 pieces that have the 3 dots. Here's the other one. 1, 2, 3. There's a top and bottom piece, and to differentiate between the top and bottom pieces, you look on the inside, and there's 2 little tiny bump recesses here. I don't know if you can see it really in the camera, but there's right here on either side, and that's so the lens has something to set into. So like I said, I'm using the type A lens, which will only work with the flat mount, so I'm looking for the lens pieces that do not have holes. So the 3 dots have 20-degree tilt on them. The 1 dots have 10-degree tilt. I don't want that. And the 2 dots have 15-degree tilt. So we'll get rid of all the extras there. It'll leave me just my 2 flat pieces. Alright, and on the Mobius lens, you'll see that there are 2 bumps on the top. It's opposite of the aluminum tape. I think the other one will have it, but right here and here, one has a little bit of a set screw on it. But that's where those recesses are going to go on for the lens. So you'll match up the recesses with the lens holder, as I said before, and this is going to thread through that ribbon cable. So it kind of goes over like that and down over your lens. Kind of fits tight, which is nice. Alright, so on the other side you're going to do the same process. It's just going to fit over here like this. And kind of pinch them together, make sure they're tight. Alright, so you're done with that. You'll have your lens in the lens holders, ribbon cable sticking out, and if you remember how your ribbon cable goes in, it's going to have the ribbon coming out of the top of the lens. So from there, you're going to just take the ribbon cable, and I like to, there's a couple different ways you can do this, but I like to go ahead and secure my ribbon cable first, if it's long enough, by slipping it back into the port and pushing down the tab, and then it kind of stresses the cable a little bit, so be careful when you're putting this. And there's 2 grooves on either side that this lens slides into, so you can slide that back in. The other way to do it is slide the lens in first, and you might have to kind of push a little bit to get it to go down all the way, but then it's a little bit easier this way to feed your ribbon cable into the port at that point. Oops. And then push the clasp closed. Okay, so there that is. Then simply transfer the battery, and your battery just has a little bit of 2-sided tape on one side. I find that if you remove it and are careful, you can move it straight over here. You don't have to reapply the 2-sided tape. It sticks pretty good. You can if you want, but you don't have to. And from there, you're just gonna put the port back in and close the case. Might take you a little bit to get that port in just right, but for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna skip it for now. And the grooves are still on this, so the lens holder top grooves are gonna have to go into the grooves of this top or bottom, actually, of the case, because we're looking at the camera upside down now. So that'll slide in. Once you get that to kind of click in place, then you'll just put in the 4 1/2-inch screws that I've applied here. So put one into those. Remember, again, this is plastic, so you don't want to over tighten, but go a little bit past finger tight. That's what I tell everybody. I'm going to switch bits. Alright, so you'll do that all the way around and then do a function test. I still haven't done it, so do a function test, check your buttons, make sure they're on. My Mobius is dead, so the battery is not working, but that's it. Double check your SD card, make sure it goes in and out, and that is all. It's a pretty handy little case, and you're able to get the angle on there without the ramp. That's going to save you a little bit of weight. So very cool. Thank you for watching.